Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Xeno, the personification of a cry for help, and we are here today with Dawn Chorus. Now, I made a poll on YouTube about like a week ago asking you guys which visual novel you want to see me play, and the majority win is Dawn Chorus, so that's here we are. I haven't stopped playing 922 yet. I'm going to finish that game. Also, I know Promises to Keep has Rofi's route ready to be updated, so I'll be playing that as well. I'm still waiting for that specific update from Where the Demon Lurks, because I know they were going to add an additional CGI for Lucian's route, so I'm waiting for that to update so I can play that. And obviously, we're waiting for Chenya, so yeah. Also, I'm going to be playing 2 random visual novels next week, mostly because they kind of interested me, and I kind of want to record them before the hype dies down. So yeah, there we go. But anyway, I know nothing about this game. This music is so fucking beautiful. I love the winter aesthetic. The only thing I know about this game is that it takes place in Norway. So, yeah. Well, anyway, let's not dilly-dally and let's get started. This visual novel features suggestive and sexually explicit content. Do you want to disable it? Nope. I'll handle the censoring. Choose a name for your character. Arvo. Yay! The last visual novel I put my name in was Ad Astra. But after that, I said, you know what? I don't want to put myself in these situations. Mostly because I feel like the main characters are their own character. And sometimes the things they do, I wouldn't do. So, yeah. We're ships at sea, drifting in all directions. The wind blows relentlessly, pulling us apart. One moment I share with you. The next, we're almost strangers. Is genuine connection ever really possible? All I know is that I'd give all I have for just a moment of it. We're all lost in this world, walking blindly in the dark, colliding with each other. Our lives are a series of random encounters that shape our course. Are we swimming, or are we just carried along by the current? For a month, I photographed chance encounters throughout Onslow, trying to find an answer to these questions. Let me know if I pronounced that correctly. I'm good. This is like Chenya. They're probably gonna say some things in a different language that I have no idea how to say, but I try my best. At least with Chenya, they actually tell you how to pronounce it properly, so yay. But this one, I don't think it has that option, so I'm just gonna freeball it. My paws are trembling. The stage fright is eating me. I'm not used to being in the spotlight. But there are some familiar faces of my friends in the crowd, and it helps me put my mind at ease. There's Miko waving to me, late with a wide grin next to him, and these antlers poked behind them seem familiar too. This exhibition, Meditations on a Chance, is the fruit of this whole body of work. Words can't describe how happy I am to be able to show it to you here. People clap, but the sound barely reaches me. It takes me a moment to understand that the ringing in my ears is drowning out their applause. I can't contain my happiness and grin without a care. This is my triumph after all. Someone puts a paw on my shoulder and leads me away from the crowd, into the back rooms. And who is this person? Only now, away from the crowd, the realness of the situation breaks through to me. I won the Nordic Street Photo Award, the most prestigious street photography contest in all Scandinavia. My photos made their way to an art gallery in Onslow. I lean against the wall, listening to my galloping heart, a sledgehammer knocking in my chest. Then I step back to reality. Up there goes gravity. I just opened my own exhibition. What does the future hold for me now? I let my thoughts wander far, imagining a career in International Geographic, my photo on the front cover of their magazine. I feel invincible. There's nothing that's out of reach for me. Oh my god, which voice should I give this? That is something. You can't be proud of yourself. That voice. I've heard it before. Rune? What are you? I want to turn towards him, but his heavy paws grabs my shoulder, holding me still, and I don't dare to move. Something rattles under my back, and then again. Turning around, I see that I was leaning against the door. The deer grabs the handle and opens it, disappearing in the shadow inside. I step inside after him wordlessly. Okay, so he's a deer. Days passing by and fading into the night. Doors opening and closing. Will I find what I'm looking for behind any of them? But do I even know what I'm looking for? A near total darkness envelops me. A few more steps, my eyes gain used to the low light, and an antler silhouette emerges from the darkness. Rune, what are you? Suddenly, I feel the deer's wet nose press against mine as he leans in and kisses me gently. Oh my god, we're taken! Whoa! Why is he shirtless? Already? Already? What the fuck? Anyway, it takes me a moment to catch up with what's happening, but finally I reciprocate the kiss, resting my paws on his bare chest. His fur is smooth as silk, but beneath it hide hard pecks, wide and taut. His tongue slides past my lips and brushes against mine, initiating a carnal dance. And in this kiss I melt completely, my mind going blank, paws holding on to the buck before me, snout tilt upward to meet his height. Is this the happiness I'm looking for? But the answer doesn't come. Only more light flood in the room, like the deer's lips pushing against mine, passionate and overwhelming. Oh, someone walked in. Oh. Wait, why are we outside? We're almost at the destination. Please pack your bags and grab your coats and be ready to leave. The words reach me through a thick fog, and my mind chews on them dully, scrambling to process them. Dense foliage scrolls before my eyes, dotted with snowflakes, blown around by the winds, swirling around and falling onto the firs and pines, forming white capes between their branches. Where am I? Refocusing my gaze, I notice my striped snout reflected in the window pane. Arvo? Hey, are you waking up? We're almost there. Good morning. I rub my eyes sleepily. Memories come to me slowly, still mingling with the dream. I try to focus on it, grasping at the slippery threads, but it's getting more and more blurry, like the surface of a lake distorted by rippling waves. What hour is it? My muscles feel all stiff from sleeping in a bus seat. Hey, but if not this year, then when? Then I hear the voice right behind me, and remember who it belongs to. Oh, I did his wrong voice. Okay, first off, I need to do these characters' voices, but I need to see them. I want to play as many games as I can before the season ends. No, that's not an issue. I can move them to Fridays. I'll talk with the professor. He must be talking on the phone. I turn back to take a glance, but we've never talked. I only know him from the university. He's not even on my year. If you caught me staring, it would be awkward as hell. Oh, so you were just dreaming about making out with him. Got it. Now the details of the dream really come back to me vividly, including the image of bare-chested Rune, sending a wave of hot blood to my ears. I glue my eyes to the forest outside, hoping that Miko won't notice. Did you check the photos of the guest house? I hope for a beautiful view from there. I didn't, but I bet all freshmen will get rooms on the ground floor anyway. It was supposed to be away from the town. Maybe it's in the mountains? Then we could still have a view on the town, or maybe even a glimpse of the sea. Oh, that would be nice. Imagine if we arrived in time for Northern Lights. We're above the Arctic Circle after all. Then I might really have a chance at winning a photography contest. Isn't it a bit early for that? We have 5 days. Maybe we'll get lucky. Besides, look at the weather. For late October, it's crazy. It's snowing really heavily now. This doesn't look good. I hope we won't be stuck in the guest house all day. I was looking forward to a walk in the woods at least. Although, getting to spend a day together in the guest house doesn't sound bad either. No, not at all. It'd be kinda like in the old days. Me and him staying in the school after classes, exploring together. We have to see if we'll actually be given any free time at all. The schedule might be completely packed. The bus turns left into a driveway, and in just a few minutes we're at our destination, so that's what Miko looks like. Do you think his voice should sound like that? Or should it sound different? No, I think I'm gonna keep it. I don't know. Looks like we're here. Okay, everyone, we have arrived. Please take your beds and go straight to the lobby. Coach Devin is already standing in front of the bus, waiting for everyone to exit the vehicle. Why is a coach going with us? I think he meant to oversee us together with other faculty members. Do you know him? I have PE with him. He's a strict guy. I hope he'll give us some slack on this trip. He looks really young for a coach. Usually they're these middle-aged guys who seem to have already given up. He's a foreigner. Maybe he couldn't find a better job or something? I don't know. I'm not a fan of physical education. I think I skipped most of the classes so far. Yeah, I don't think he likes me very much. If he even remembers me. Miko is already packed, so he just stands up and grabs his coat and backpack. My camera goes into my bag, my jacket onto me, and I'm already ready to go, hopping outside after the wolf. I love a good winter aesthetic in a visual novel. First promises to keep, and now this? Woo! Oof, it's surprisingly cold. Even though I'm wearing a coat, I shiver in the Arctic air. Ahead of us is the guest house, all wooden on the outside, divided into several connected buildings. Situated on a side of the hill, I bet it has stunning views in every direction. Maybe I could even see the ocean from the upper floors. It looks modern, but the simple shape of each building still makes it seem cozy. This is much, much better than what I expected. We head towards it, side by side. Rune's antlers sway above the small crowd of students walking to the building, reminded me once again of my dream. My cheeks get hot under the fur momentarily. A solitary head turns into our direction, white mane and a pair of lively crimson eyes. Lake. He shoots us a glance and turns around quickly. Is he looking for us? I raise my paw to wave to him, but he is already walking with the rest. Miko brushes against my side accidentally, struggling to walk straight ahead with his huge backpack. I wonder what he has inside. It must weigh a ton. Don't tell me you've taken everything you had in your room with you. Not all of it, just what I might need with me here. Knowing you, it means exactly that. He takes out a phone from his pocket and takes a picture of the guest house. Now that we're at our destination, the excitement finally floods me. Ahead of me is a whole camp full of adventures in this beautiful Nordic scenery. Invigorated, I straighten my back and smile contently, marching towards the guest house. I need to use this time the best I can. Arvo? Is Arvo here? Oh, here, Professor. A single room, correct? I nod and Devin procures a key from the bunch lying on the reception counter, already reading the next name from the list. Good. Guthrum? I got your room key. I mumble and take the key with the number 17 written on the tag, briskly return to Miko. Room number 17. I hope it's one of the upper floors. Would be cool, I'd have a nicer view of the surrounding mountains. Maybe with a bit of luck, I'll get a room close to yours. I observe the wolf closely, looking for a shadow of disappointment in his expression, but I don't see any. He had asked me if I wanted to share a room with him, but I like having a place to retreat to, just by myself. Although with the size of this guest house, I don't think it really matters. Mm-hmm. Do you have a roommate? No, I asked for a single room too. I'm not entirely surprised. He isn't exactly an extrovert, nor he's particularly good at meeting new people. Everyone has already got their key. Please go to your rooms, unpack, and be in the cafeteria in 30 minutes. It's behind the door at the end of this corridor. I'll go jump off my stuff. I can't wait to get this backpack off me. See you in a while. And once again, that little blip is cute. Oh yeah, for those confused, OBS crashed. More specifically, my sprite crashed. So I had to go back a little bit. Yeah. I walked down the single loaded corridor alone, counted the rooms, all the way up to 11 before I reached the end. So mine is upstairs then. Nice! As I turn around to get back to the staircase, a lion in a flannel shirt holding a coat in his paw bumps into me. Lake. Again. Oh, sorry. Oh wait, what should I give him? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to walk into you. He takes a step back, smiling timidly. It's okay. I should be more careful. I didn't hear you at all. No, it's my fault. I didn't mean to sneak on you, but the carpets here are really thick. This whole place is so nice. Looks pretty fancy, and there's so much wood in here. I chuckle. Although he seems timid at first, this line can be pretty intense. So much nicer than my home. I'm really excited to be here. And I can't wait to see my room. I hope it's as fancy as the rest of this place. Yeah, really intense. We've just arrived here and he's already bursting with energy. Yeah, I like it here too. It's really cozy. If the lobby and corridors are so nice, imagine how cold the rooms have to be. I'm just trying to find mine. My stuff is pretty heavy, so I want to get all of that off me finally. I looked over at Lake, who only has a small backpack with him. Lucky. Or just smart. Oh! Sure, yeah, that's a good idea. By the way, which room is yours? I got room number 17. How about you? It would be nice to pay him a visit later. I'm sure he already has some fun ideas on how to spend the camp. Number 12, I think is upstairs as well. Oh, and it'd be cool if you visit me sometime. Feel free to knock when you feel like it. I have a feeling I'll end up there sooner or later. See you later, Arvo. On the little blush. Yeah, see you later. Now let's see this room number 17 we're going to. Ugh, why did I pack so much? Cursing myself, I carry my unreasonably heavy bag in both paws. I need to learn to pack only the stuff I really need, and do it soon. This time, it's my turn to bump into someone. Who is he? Who is you? I am a very easy guy, y'all. So, give me a chubby bear, and I'll be all over him. I have a feeling, should he be the route saved for last? Probably. But now I have to give him a voice. Oh fuck, what do I give him? 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 Oh, hello. In front of me, walking down the stairs, is a bear. From the downward perspective, he looks downright imposing, and I can't help but feel a little intimidated by his presence. Sorry. I wasn't looking where I'm going. I packed a bit too much. It's hard to carry it all upstairs. Nothing happened. Here, let me help you. The bear smiles and takes my bag from me, carrying it upstairs with ease, as if it weighed nothing. I hope he carries me like that. I didn't expect it to be this much stronger than me. My self-confidence takes a tiny hit. Still, a very fortunate turn of events for me. I was sure those stairs would be the death of me. Okay, where to? Room number 17 should be right around here. We find my room easily. I unlock the door and swing it open. Okay, here you are. The bear drops my bag at the door and turns to leave. Hey, thanks. No problem. Glad I could help. I need to go fetch the rest of my stuff. See you again later, probably. Picking up the bag, I turn to enter the room, and that's when it hits me. I forgot to even introduce myself. Hey, wait, what's your name? The bear's already gone, though. Well, I'll catch him later. Neat is the first word that pops into my head when I look around. The room isn't big, but doesn't feel cramped either. If anything, I'm amazed at how well they use the space. The walls here are also wooden, with one tasteful painting hanging above the bed for decoration. The bed, covered by a colorful patchwork, is big enough to fit at least 2 people comfortably. That's called foreshadowing. There is also a small wardrobe, a desk, and a chair. They're all minimalistic in style, fitting well with the room. A thick carpet covers the wooden floor. The colors remind me of a meadow or a sunset sky. An ever-changing tapestry of vibrant colors and cloudy whites. Oh, I'm going to love staying here. It feels like home while simultaneously being better than any home I've ever had. I picked up my bag and taped out my instant camera. It's only for special occasions, but this certainly is one. Walking up to the window, I take a look outside. The guest house is surrounded by a forest, but from here I can see a few lakes and clearings between the trees. In the distance, mountains hide beneath thick layers of fog. Oh, I want to see the scenery so bad! Oh my god, I need to go to Norway. Soft white fluff is covering everything in sight, and it's starting to snow again. A blanket of gray clouds hangs heavy above the land, casting shadows over everything. I love this kind of weather. There is something mysterious about dark days like today, as if the earth was covering itself with snow and shade to hide its secrets from our eyes. The snowflakes dance in the air before my eyes, blown around by the winds, blind and silent. I must have been subconsciously thinking about Lake since he bumped into me, because for some reason I started imagining how he would look with snowflakes in his mane. Standing outside and looking at the sky with his big, dreamy eyes wide open, all while the snow falls down and sets on his snout. This doesn't really fit him though. He'd probably run around catching the fallen snowflakes instead. I shake those thoughts off, refocusing from the imagined scene to the view in front of me. I open the window and the cold wind pushes in, ruffling my fur. It smells of pines and earth. I turn on the camera and lean on the windowsill, creating a bipod with my arms. A quick look into the viewfinder to find the right frame. A bird cuts across the sky just as I click the shutter button. An eagle. I swiftly close the window. The air in the room is much chillier now, and my fur is all bristled from the unfriendly wind, but I have my photo. I pull it out from the camera and quickly stow it in the camera bag to shield it from the lights. If I just left it in the open, it would have been ruined. I hope the eagle was in the frame. I have to wait until the photo develops before checking. Eagles are rare, but here up north, spawned one is even rarer. Birds, such fascinating creatures. Like mammals, they evolved to stand on 2 legs, but unlike us, they didn't evolve arms and opposable thumbs. While we molded and transformed the world around us, birds became free spirits, freely roaming the land. I often wonder how it would feel to be a bird instead of an earthbound tiger. Earth would surely look different from that perspective. I take my shoes off. Ugh, I should have done it before walking straight across the room, and put on the lighter ones I took from my bag. The next few minutes are spent on emptying my bag and putting everything in its newly designed places. I've done just before the 30 minutes have passed. I take the photo out of the bag, careful not to touch the surface. Otherwise, I could leave paw prints on it and never be able to get rid of them. The ominous sky fills most of the frame, outstretched above the fuzzy, dark green splotch of the forest beneath, all behind a swirl of snowflakes. But, the most importantly, the eagle is there, in the corner of the frame, frozen mid-flight. I love it! You'll never know what you'll end up with when taking an instant photo, or using film in general, and that's precisely what I love about it. When I know exactly what photo I want to take, I use my digital camera. But when I want to capture not a scene but a mood or a feeling, something fleeting and delicate, I take out this one. and often what I end up loving the most in those photos are the imperfections. Like the overexposed white spaces, where something should be but isn't. Just a blank space left for our imagination. Those photos seem alive in a way, and that's what I'm aiming for here. I want a reminder of this place and this moment for the future me. I can sense that there's something significant about this camp, as if something important is bound to happen here. My feline senses tell me that. I grab my camera bag, put the photo in a side pocket, and leave the room. Don Torres title card. Day 1. Woo! The corridors are all empty. Everyone must have already gone there. A quick glance at my watch tells me it's 13:31, so I'm only a minute late. But lunch is the last thing I want to be late to. I open the door and enter the cafeteria. Looks like I'm not the last one. Most of the tables are full, but some of the students I saw on the bus are not here yet. The cafeteria is spacious and pretty modern. Much better than what I would expect from a rural guest house. This place keeps on surprising me. Some plants are lined up against the southern wall with windows, and lamps hanging from the ceiling light up the room. I see 2 tables with people I know. Miko is sitting at one at the end of the room, with that bear I met earlier and an unfamiliar raccoon, and Lake is sitting at the table just next to that one together with Coach and Rune. Lake notices me first and waves to me enthusiastically. My first choice? Okay, I figure if I sit with Miko, the bear's there as well. And maybe I'll save him his route for last. So I guess I'll sit with Lake. I hesitate for a moment, but I walk up to the table where Lake, Rune, and Coach are sitting, and sit down beside the line. I feel a slight twinge of guilt, though. I want to make some new friends, but I don't want Miko to feel like I'm pushing him aside. And glance at the second table, and I see he's chatting with the raccoon, the bear listening to their conversation. Maybe I'm worrying over nothing. Hey, Arvo! I didn't see you there, so I figured you'd be late and saved your seat. Unpacked already? Yeah, it took me longer than I expected. But I managed to take a photo I even liked, so it wasn't a waste of time. How about you? Oh yeah, I love the room I got. It's so nice. And I've got a huge bed all for myself. And maybe the most comfortable carpet I ever put my paws on. It's really comfortable. The university didn't skimp on us for sure. Right. Quite a contrast to our dormitory. Me and Lake live in the same dorm, where mostly the foreigners are admitted. It's not bad, but it's nothing to write home about either. I definitely have a smaller room there than here. I got a room with Jorgen. Do you know him? He's studying astrophysics and he's in my group. One of the best there, actually. Sometimes I feel stupid compared to him. Like in the last class we had, he finished everything an hour before me, and that's just usual for him. He told me that he will be late. He needs to finish something, so I don't know what. I start to tune out and just nod, mentally tired after the ride and the unpacking. Thankfully, I have no problems with falling asleep on a bus, but it's not exactly comfortable. I do like Lake a lot, but his enthusiasm can be exhausting at times. I shifted my attention to the pair sitting across the table from us, Coach and Rune. They seem to know each other, which isn't a surprise. They're much more casual with each other than I thought they would be, though. I'm still getting used to it. Hell, I don't know if I ever will. Oh my god, what voice should I give Rune? Wait, what should I give him? Nah. It's so hard to give him a voice. You know, it's really funny hearing you talk like that about things completely normal to us. I had no idea our cultures are that different. Yeah, though in most cases it only makes me more glad that I'm here instead of back there. Oh, just wait a few months more. You'll start missing home in no time. Arvo, what about the photo you mentioned? I open my mouth to reply, but I'm interrupted by the waiter putting plates with our meals on the table. Lake shifts his attention towards the plates, looking at them hungrily with his snout ajar, as if he hasn't seen food in a year. Oh, that's all so nice! Before us are 2 sizable dishes, one with what looks like a root vegetable stew, and the other was some sort of salad. There was also a basket with bread and a plate with sunshine buns, each of them wrapped in paper for convenience. Oh, I love those. Soft and fluffy smell of cardamom and cinnamon. They became my go-to dessert after moving to Norway. Lake just first took the salad spoon and starts putting food on his plate. Incredible that someone this awful at cooking can be such a foodie. I remember our first meeting, in the kitchen of our dormitory. He was trying to make himself spaghetti and boy, it was a full-scale disaster. He cooked at least thrice the amount of pasta needed, ended up with a literal pot of spaghetti, and the sauce was everywhere, on the stove, on the walls, and on him too. It's a miracle he didn't set anything on fire. When he finishes, I extend my paw to take the spoon from him, but he shakes his head and starts filling my plate with food too. Don't bother! How much do you want? I think I can see Coach looking at us out of the corner of my eye. Suddenly I start feeling very self-conscious. Maybe a bit more? Thanks. Oh, that smells good. Until now I didn't realize how hungry I was. I grab a slice of rye bread and start eating the stew. It has a rich, earthy taste and the turnip add a crunchy texture. It's flavored masterfully, not blanded, not too strong, with a hint of thyme and smoked paprika. Oh, that's good, I needed that. Suddenly, I hear the door to the cafeteria opening. I turn in their direction and see a figure clad in dark clothes entering the room. Organization 13. Oh? A black cat, I think? With their dyed hair and somewhat elegant clothing, they certainly stand out from the crowd. They look in our direction for a moment, but instead of joining us, sit down at the table next to ours where Miko is sitting. After him, another person enters the room. A bat, rather short, wearing a poncho and a scarf. A rather unusual look, but somehow it works on them. I don't think I've seen anyone wearing a poncho in Norway yet, but now that I think of it, they should work really well here in this climate. They look around the cafeteria, searching for something or someone. They finally see us and start walking our direction. Jorgen, come over here, we're already eating! Huh, so that's the roommate he was talking about? He seems like an artsy type, not someone who I normally would associate with Lake. Jorgen joins us in silence, sitting down and pouring himself some juice from a pitcher. Try some stew, it's really good. Wait, I'll just put some on your plate too. Lake does as he says, while Jorgen is sipping on his juice. What a weird pair. Two complete opposites. An extroverted volcano of energy and a stoic introvert. Finish everything you had to? I wouldn't be here otherwise, would I? Jorgen's a... I don't want to say anything yet. Let's give him some more time to develop. Introduce myself! Hi, I'm Arvo. You're a friend of Late's, yes? I think you could say that, yes. Good meeting you then. Likewise. His expression definitely doesn't say so. I'm gonna give him like a snooty voice. Well, I tried. I start stuffing myself with the stew, and tuned into the other conversation happening at our table. A traditional lunch in Norway is much more modest, but it's nice to have something like this from time to time. The usual lunch is just sandwiches, right? Yes, usually we just have 2 or 3 open sandwiches with hummus or something else, but it's always plain. I don't know Rune, and he doesn't know me, but if I ever want to even talk with him, this is the best chance I have. On the other paw, I was already discussing something with Lake. I hope he won't mind. Woo, this is gonna be fun. Anyway. Okay, let's talk to Rune. You know what? We're making out with him in our dream. Sorry. Why just sandwiches? I think something warm during the day would be better suited for the climate. Rune turns towards me, looking somewhat surprised by the sudden intrusion into their conversation. It's fast and convenient. Eating lunch at work for us is almost a mechanical act. It's not meant to be something indulgent, but rather an occasion for a quick break and some sustenance for the afternoon to keep you productive. A warm meal would make you sleepy and lazy instead, and that's not what lunch is about for us. We'd call it matpak, which simply means Pat's lunch, like the bento bots, but it's just bread and fish paste or cheese. So I take it that you're not from around here? I don't think we have met yet. No, I'm Arvo, a freshman here. I moved here from Finland to study cognitive science. I glance at the coach. He acknowledges my presence, nodding, and I mutter a quiet, awkward, "Hello, Professor." A pleasure to meet you. I'm Rune, and I study neuroscience. His smile is confident and seems genuine, like he really is happy to meet me, not just saying it out of courtesy. I haven't heard him talk before today. I always imagine him having a husky, quick, commandeering voice with a short attack, but it's actually rather smooth, deep and resonant, like a folded velvet cloth. I would like to take a better look at him, but his gaze is piercing right through me. Besides, his lively eyes are mesmerizing. I could just sit and stare at them instead and still be happy. And how do you like it here? Oh, it's not that different. Norway is beautiful, of course, with all the mountains and fjords, but our way of living is fairly similar. Our languages have nothing in common, though. It will take me much more than these 4 months I've been living here to be able to hold a conversation in Norwegian. The fact that we can't even agree on one national standard doesn't make it any easier, I imagine. That was confusing at first, yeah, to learn that you don't speak just one language. Back in Finland, I was living in a small town. Here I am living in a big city. That makes the biggest difference, not the country. I had trouble sleeping for the first few nights. It's much brighter and louder at night than it was back home. And of course I miss having a sauna in the building where I live. Wait, you had a sauna in the same building? Yes, that's pretty standard in Finland. Most people have a sauna in the same building they live in, be it a house or an apartment building. Oh wow, I like saunas, but that feels like an overkill. Not to me. To me, it's so weird that I have to take a bus to get to the closest one. Well, it would be pretty convenient to have one within walking distance. A nice relaxing sauna after a workout would be great. I know that there is one here. I'll likely pop into there in the evening if you feel like joining. He winks at me. I laugh nervously, blushing. I think my heart just skipped a beat. Meanwhile, Coach finished eating and stood up, grunting to get everyone's attention. Attention everyone, I have a few important things to say. The cafeteria goes silent in an instant. Everyone turns in Coach's direction, who is standing next to his seats. Welcome to the first day of our winter science camp. Ahead of us is a week full of activities, lectures, and practical classes, and some leisure time as well. For now, we'll let you rest. After lunch, you're free to do whatever you please. Today is for integration and fun. Devin takes a note out of his pocket and starts reading from it. Dinner is at 1600 here in the cafeteria. This evening, if the weather allows, those who signed up for it will be observing stars from the terrace. All the guest house's facilities are at your disposal. This includes a swimming pool, a sauna, and a common space with a snooker table. Ah yes, Rune was right then. A small win for me. Please remember that tomorrow we're meeting at the entrance at 7:45 for a trip to the town. Don't be late. Breakfast is served at 7. Devin folds the paper back and hides it in his pocket, looking around the room at all of the students. You're all students, so you're free to leave the guest house. Just, please, don't do anything stupid. It'll be us teachers who have to handle that. If you need anything, you can find me in room number 2. In case there's an emergency, I'm your first person to contact. I see most of you have finished already. That's all for now. You're free to go. Coach sits down again, turning towards Rune. I'm going to hit the pool soon, but after that lunch I need some rest first. Okay, sure. I'll join you there in a while. Just what is it between these two? I'm curious, but it's not like I can just ask. Maybe if I sit close to them I'll find out. Leaving the speculations for later. I get up. My plate's already empty. Okay, see you in a while. Sure, take care. Be seeing you, Arvo. I smile at him and nod. So I managed to start some connection between us. Be seeing you. On my way out, I grab a sunshine bun from the plate and take a bite, holding it through the paper. It's so good. I let out a pleasured sigh, walking out of the cafeteria and towards my room. I bumped into a few students on my way out of the cafeteria, but thankfully the bun didn't take any damage. Leaving the crowded room, I catch myself humming a melody. I haven't been in such a good mood in a long while. And I've got every reason to be. The air here is clean and pleasant, even inside the guest house. I have nothing to worry about. No classes, no assignments, no groceries or cleaning to be done. It's so peaceful here, and I feel the strange energy building up inside me. Excitement for the coming time that threatens to explode. I'm free. I have nowhere to hurry, and at the same time there is so much I want to do. I already can't wait to walk around the forest here, take some pictures and hop into the sauna afterwards. Rune's words echo in my head. I'll likely pop into the sauna in the evening, if you feel like joining. I like the sound of that. If it was an actual offer, then I definitely would take up on it. I just need to find him again and ask about a specific hour. I conjure up the image of him sitting on a sauna bench, with only a towel around his waist, sweat dripping from his muscular body. No, bad timing. Barely thoughts like that for when I'm back in my room. Behind a glazed wall of the corridor, the panorama of the mountains looms over the trees. I stop in my tracks. I can't get enough of this view. The shrouded peaks covered in snow, barren and raw. The forests undulating in the wind. The fallen snow, pearly white and gleaming. Beautiful, isn't it? I yelp, startled. Completely lost in thoughts, I did not hear the footsteps behind me. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I just saw you standing there and looking. I think I started daydreaming a bit, thinking about how great it is to be here now. It's good to change the scenery from time to time. Miko walks up to the window, stopping next to me. His arm almost brushes against mine as he looks ahead, gazing at the view in silence. His tail touches mine for a brief moment, and he sways it to the other side immediately, moving half a step away from me. Looks like he is still hesitant to initiate physical contact, or maybe he is unsure if I would be okay with it. I move a bit closer to him so that our arms touch. He's shorter than me by a head, so we can't bump shoulders, but I hope he understands the gesture. A subtle smile appears on his snout. Hey, good to see you two getting along well. Suddenly, someone approaches us from behind and pats our backs unceremoniously. So this is the raccoon. Got it. Okay. What should I give him? What voice should I give him? Minky Expo? Wait. Okay. Travis! Hey there! It's a tiny shorter than Miko, with a lively gleam in his eyes. Hello, do we know each other? Not yet. Oh wait, he's gonna get Ollie's voice. Got it. Not yet. I'm Travis, and I know Miko from neurobiology classes. We study in the same departments. We actually just talked for the first time earlier today, when we were both waiting for our keys. What are you two doing here? Just looking outside. Really depressing, isn't it? I'm starting to miss the sun already. Boring. What, you don't like snow? It's fun for a while, but I'd rather be on the beach now and catch some sun in my fur. The closest beach likely isn't that far from here, but the part about sun might be more problematic. Anyway, I better get going. I want to rest a bit after lunch. Have a nice rest. I'll be in my room then in any case if you were to look for me. Feel free to drop by. I nod to turn around, continuing to my room. Back in my room, finally. Time to laze around and unwind. Maybe even nap for a bit? I put a paw in my pocket to grab the key. It's not there? But it's not there. Oh shit. Wait, this music. Wait, why does it kind of sound like the beginning of my song "When Storm Clouds Come"? Like the same fucking note and everything. Hold up. Oh my god. This is gonna be my subtle like promotion for my music. Go check my music out. I have like one single out, and then I have the soundtrack from my visual novel out. I do want to make more music in the future, but yeah. Anyway, but it's not there. I wiggle my paw inside the pocket, but it's empty. Must be in the other pockets. But when I check, only my phone is there. And of course I want to put keys in the same pocket as my phone anyway. I feel the cold sweat on my forehead. Did you lock yourself out? An hour in my possession and I already lost the key. I always put my keys in my right pocket. Or do I? My trousers have deep enough pockets that nothing should fall out. But I can't be sure either. I press the handle and try to open the door, but it doesn't budge. I knew I locked it anyway. Okay, deep breaths. The key must have simply fallen out of my pocket somewhere along the way. Maybe in the cafeteria? While I was eating. I simply have to retrace my steps and I'll find it. I turn back, scan the carpet for any unexpected shapes. Some students pass me along the way, and I try my best not to look distressed. I don't want the others to look at me as if I'm clumsy, but foremost, I'm scared of possible fines for losing a key. I'm just a student without any job. I can't really afford putting even more strain on my budget. Better not even consider it. I feel like I am already on the verge of a panic attack. I might have wanted some adventures during this camp, but this is definitely not what I had in mind. Why are you staring at the ground? I almost jumped back, startled. Why is everyone so set on staring at me today? Rune is standing in front of me and looking at me with concern, clutching a key in his right paw. Rune! My god, don't sneak up on me like that. I was just thinking. You looked like you were looking for something, though. He tilts his head slightly and observes me closely with full seriousness. This is really embarrassing. Well, what are you holding there? This? This is the key to my room. Oh, so you did lose something. I looked away, embarrassed. Of all the people that could stumble upon me in this corridor, it had to be him. He doesn't seem to want to mock me, though. Actually, he seems genuinely concerned. He is really perceptive, that's for sure. I have to say, he's different than I imagined. Well, yeah. I cannot find the key to my room. It must have fallen out of my pocket when I was coming back from lunch. I don't know how that could happen. But I don't say that out loud, I just have bad feelings about this in general. Oh, that's bad. He stretches his head, ruffling his auburn hair. You should check at the reception. Maybe someone found it and returned it there. And you can always go to Devin. He should know what to do. We're supposed to go to a teacher in case of any emergency, and this sounds like one. There's so many choices! Holy fuck, which one do I choose? Try finding the key or go to Coach Devin for help. I think that would that unlock a route? Well, would that unlock a route? You know what, let's give Coach Devin a chance. I'm almost sure I won't find the key anywhere here. I don't just lose stuff like that. This calls for some help. You're right. I should go to Coach. Maybe someone found my key and returned it to them. You remember which room is his, right? Yeah, number 2. Rune was surprised that I knew. We have known each other for only half an hour, and he already has such lower expectations of me. No wonder, though. I managed to lose the key to my room within 2 hours of receiving it, so I guess it's safe to assume you can't expect much from me. So you did pay attention. He extends his paw and starts patting my head. Taken aback by the sudden gesture, I freeze on spot. His paw is gentle and soft, much more than I thought a basketball player's paw would be. Hey, hands off the merchandise. I freeze. It feels as if a lightning touched me. Not a paw with how my body reacts tensing up. It lasts only a second, and then his paw is gone from my fur, leaving me wondering what did just happen. Good boy. Whoa. 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 Okay. When did this become a whorehouse? Well then. Listen, you don't just say that. With the way you look, you don't just say that. Go pay him a visit then, and good luck. I'm headed back to my room. Blushing fiercely, I nod and turn around, each of us continuing in the opposite direction. Arriving at the door, I already regret my decision. I don't really look forward to having to explain the whole situation to a teacher. I hesitate for a moment before knocking, but finally my knuckles meet the wooden door, knocking on it thrice. I take a step back to stare at the door intensely, waiting for them to open. It takes only a few seconds until they do, and Coach Devon's head peeks outside. He looks at me, clearly surprised. Arvo? Do you need something? I glance sideways, checking the corridor is empty. Yes, Professor. I think I lost the key to my room. I see Coach Devon's eyes open wider. He takes a step back, opening the door fully. Come in. I enter the room and Coach Devon closes the door after me. His room smells like him. I didn't even pay attention to his scent before, but now it's the first thing I notice. Maybe it's some fragrance he's using, combined with his own scent. It's woody and pleasant. It feels comforting, like a reassuring pat on the back. A smell can tell a lot about the personality of its owner. His room is a bit bigger than mine and has 2 beds instead of 1. The carpet has a different pattern. The painting is also different. And some of the coach's private belongings along with a used mug are laying on the desk. Among them is something I for sure did not expect to see. A Discman, portable CD player that was popular in the 90s. My mother used to have one. I wonder what music Coach listens to. And why does he use this to listen to music? The whole room feels different though, somehow. Maybe because of his scent, as if it was somehow partially infused with his personality already. Despite that, I can't see his bag nor clothes anywhere, so I assume he has already unpacked himself. Somehow I get the feeling that his shirts are all hanging on coat hangers and underwear is neatly folded and tucked away in drawers. Come on, sit if you want and tell me what happened. He pointed at the chair standing in front of the desk and leaned against the wall himself. I'll sit down. I nodded and sit down, nervously entwining my fingers on my lap. Coach seems to have noticed how tense I am, his gaze softening completely. Do you want some tea, maybe? He smiles reassuringly and I nod again. He walks up to the desk and switches the electric kettle on. He must have just had a cup of tea himself, because the water comes to a boil in just over a dozen seconds. Black, green, white, peppermints, what do you drink? Black, baby! Coach unwraps the tea bag and puts it in a clean mug, then fills most of it with boiling water. Tea bag floats up immediately, staying near the surface of the water, as if curious of the world outside. The paper label attached to the tea bag has a motivational quote written on it. Find your inner balance. I really like them, even though they always state just something obvious, but they are like small reminders to take care of yourself throughout the day. Waiting on only a short while for the tea to brew, Coach fills the rest of his mug with cold water from a bottle he has on his desk. He passes me the mug and I take it gratefully, taking a big sip. Pleasant fragrance of the tea fills my nose. The tea isn't bitter at all, and the temperature is just right. So, Arvo, what happened? There's not much to tell, actually. I've lost the key to my room. When I was leaving my room for lunch, I closed it, put it in my pocket, but when I returned to my room and tried to open it, it wasn't in my pocket anymore. I'm not going to ask you if you checked all your pockets, because I assume you did. Did you go anywhere else before or after lunch? No, I went straight from into my room. So the most probable scenario is that the key fell out of your pocket in the cafeteria. Did you check if it's there? No, not yet. I first wanted to check if anyone maybe found it and returned it to you. Devon shook his head. Nope, unfortunately. Let's go look for it then. Did you finish your tea yet? I finished the rest of the tea in 2 big gulps, standing up. I feel much more confident now. It really did help. Or maybe it was Coach Devin. I was afraid when I was coming here, but he turned out to be attentive and nice as a person. A much different person than his usual unyielding demeanor during classes. Now yes. Thank you for the tea, sir. Just Devin is good. I give him the most thankful smile I have, and he smiles back. I think I've seen him smiling today more times than during the whole semester. I stand up and put the mug back on the desk, and we both leave the room. Also guys, trans representation in our visual novels. We got the trans colors here, y'all. How we like that? Some students pass us by on our way to the cafeteria, giving us occasional puzzled looks, but as we arrive there, it's already completely empty. Tables are still covered with checkered tablecloths, gleaming in the sunlight filtered through the windows. Looks like the sun came out from behind the clouds for a moment. Even though it's only a while afternoon, it already is low on the horizon. We're above the Arctic Circle after all. The eeriness of the empty cafeteria and Arctic sun made it all seem like a scene from a film. It reminds me of staying late at my school, together with Miko. Rocking around empty hallways, usually full of noise and bodies, entering empty classes that some careless teacher forgot to lock. The sound of the door closing behind me snaps me out of my daze. Meanwhile, Devin is already standing in the middle of the room, looking around. Which table was ours? This one, I think. This place certainly looks different now. Yes, I'm sure it was this one. We both stand the floor looking for the key. Devin then goes to look around the plants, as someone could kick the keys there unknowingly. But we don't see it anywhere. Maybe someone fell in the meanwhile and didn't return to me, but to the janitor? The only option I see now is to go there and ask. Even if the key is not there, that's the only thing left we can do. I nod silently. Meanwhile, Devin is already walking out of the cafeteria. Come on, let's go. I entered the cafeteria after Devin, and for a while we walked in silence, until he suddenly asks, So Arvo, how you doing? That's a very sudden question, and a really broad one too. How am I doing? I'm not sure myself. Could be better, for example, I could have the key to my room right now. Good, thank you. I know things could be better, but don't worry, everything will be fine. How do you like it at the university? Please remind me, you're studying biology? Cognitive science, actually. It's related, but also fairly different. And about the university, I really like it there. I feel like I'm finally studying something substantial, unlike in high school, and we're treated like adults. Isn't it hard, being so far from home? No, quite the contrary. I couldn't wait to move out of my home, out of my country, to see something new, try something different. Glad to hear that. You'll do well, Arvo. He gives me a pat on the back, this time a literal one. We've just reached the front desk. Suddenly I notice that I feel much better than just moments before. Talking with Devin really helped me to take my mind off my current situation. I'm glad I'm here with him. My paw pad taps out a nervous rhythm on the wooden counter. The closer we are to talking to someone from the staff, the more anxious I get. I'm glad to have Devin with me, though. I feel much more confident having a teacher by my side. I still don't know much about him. I know that he's not from Norway and moved here not long ago, but that's it. Now that I think about it, it was only him who was asking me questions this whole time. Wouldn't it be rude for me to ask a teacher about his private life, though? Ooh, wait. You know, I'm curious about his country. Let's ask him. Devin, can I ask you where you're from? I know that you moved here recently. He keeps silent for a while, and I start to worry if this was a good idea after all, but finally he answers. That's true. Ohio's where I'm from. We chew and like its gum. I was born in Ohio, in the U.S. I moved here earlier this year. I'm not very familiar with United States geography, but I do know Ohio. What do I remember about it, though? Not much, really. Devin, that device on the table in your room, was that a Discman? That's not something you see often anymore. Oh, yes, it's an old technology, but it has belonged to me since I was a kid. Ah, so I thought. What were you listening to? I was listening to American Babbel. It's a band from the 90s. I'd be surprised if you knew them. Is that supposed to mean American football? Midwestern indie band American Football? The one that Hayden Selleck's Anadonia, also known as Ethel Cain, made their cover of one of their songs, For Sure? For sure. Yeah. The name rings a bell, but I can't remember for sure. For sure. Maybe I'll check them out later. But before I have a chance to reply, the janitor emerges from the utility room. Damn it! I should probably ask. No, I need to ask about Rune. I'm going back. Sorry, y'all. I'm asked about Rune. I've seen you talking with Rune during lunch. Are you his coach too? Oh, no. He has classes with someone else, but he's on the university team. I help there sometimes. He's really into sports, isn't he? He's not only good at that, he's a bright kid, though I'm afraid he's overworking himself and not seeing results as good as he could have. He has a lot of trouble balancing his career and studies. I'm actually trying to convince him to tone it down a little before he burns himself out. Oh, that's fairly different from the image of Rune I had in my head. I've only known him as a promising basketball player. Before I have a chance to reply, the janitor emerges from the utility room. She's a wolf of ambiguous age. Could have been 30 as well as 50. I can't read that! Oh god, if I butchered this, listen, Norwegian. To anyone from Norway, I highly doubt y'all will watch this channel, but if someone from Norway sees this, I'm sorry. God ettermiddag. If I stranger did help. I can't do it. Nope, sorry. I can't. God ettermiddag. I lost the key to my room. I went to look for it around the guest house, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Has anyone maybe found it and returned it here? The janitor smiles at me reassuringly, completely unfazed, and I start to suspect that I'm not the first one to lose the key to their room here. Not yet, unfortunately. Did you leave the guest house after you got the key? No, I didn't. So it still has to be somewhere in the guest house. I will keep my eyes open. Let's not assume it's gone. Your name and room number, please? Arvo, room number 17. The janitor opens some ledger, searching for something. Oh, you're unlucky. Rooms on the second floor still have a classic key instead of cards. Otherwise, I would program you a new one. But I will call the office to bring us a spare key. Please wait a moment. She takes an old flip phone out of her pocket and dials a number. Someone on the other side of the line picks it up quickly, and a muffled voice escapes from the small speaker. The janitor puts the phone to her ear and starts to explain the situation, and I switch my attention from her to Devin. He's leaning against the wall and looking out the window, thinking. He has helped me a lot today, even though I often skipped the classes and had little respect for him. I feel guilty now. I will be a good student from now on, I promise. He turns his head in my direction, and for a moment our eyes meet. He quickly averts his gaze, though. Blockert, the man. Okay, no. Blot? I switch my attention back to the janitor, sensing troubles. The janitor speaks with an urgent tone, too fast for me to understand her besides some single words. She ends the conversation with a simple hadet and puts down the phone with a sigh. There is a blizzard above the town now, and they're not sure when anyone can reach us. They are working on unblocking the roads, but the traffic is paralyzed. But serious apologies. They will come here as soon as they can, and in the meantime, I will look for your key. But can you leave me your phone number so that I can call you when we find it? Sure. I mechanically write down the number on the sticky note she shoves in front of me. It all feels so surreal that my paw doesn't really feel like mine, moving by itself. It is possible that for today you will have to move to another room. We don't have any single rooms left, unfortunately, but I can show you which rooms have a bed still available. But maybe one of your friends still has a free bed in their room? You could ask them, but if none will have one, then come back here and I can find you something. She gives me an apologetic smile and points to a small basket on the counter filled with sweets. Maybe you want some? I shake my head, looking down at my paws. I don't really know what to say. That's a very sudden turn of events. I have so many questions that I don't even know which I should ask first. Oh, one thing, wait a moment. She walks up to the utility room and returns after a short while, carrying something in her paw. Here's a bathroom kit for you. We always keep a spare few of those who forgot to bring their toothbrushes or soap with them. She passes me the kit, all packed inside a cloth pouch. Once again, my sincerest apologies. Is there anything else I can do for you now? I shake my head. If you have any questions or problems, please come back to me and we'll try to sort it out. Tak, I'll keep that in mind. She smiles at me in a vain attempt to make me feel better. Well, that's an unfortunate turn of events. Do you know anyone who has a free bed in his room? I shake my head. I feel the energy leaving my body, draining down my legs and dissipating onto the ground. I think I better go outside for a while and think. That should be easy to solve. I'll talk with Professor Arn. He should have a list of all students in their rooms, and we will find you a room for tonight. I appreciate that, but I think I will just ask among my friends. I'm sure one of them will have a free bed. Okay, I won't interfere then. If you need any help, though, please come to me and we'll think of something. Wait here for a moment, I'll be right back. Devin sprints off somewhere, leaving me here in an empty lobby. Looking for something to do, I notice a clock on the wall. It's ticking slowly, like a metronome set in the leisurely tempo for the world around it. Perception of time is very subjective, but clocks remind me that its passing is something real and measurable. So much has happened in the last 15 minutes, but the hands of the clock barely moved. The harder I stare at the clock, the slower the hands move. I stand for a while, just listening to the hypnotic rhythm of the slow ticking, and before I get bored of it, Devin returns. Take this if you want to go outside. In his extended paw, he is holding a rain jacket. I took a spare one with me. It's clean and unused. You can return it after you have your room back. Thank you, Devin. This will come in handy. All my stuff is in my room after all, and I would rather not catch a cold on the first day at the camp. If you need anything, I'm not in my room. It means I'm likely at the pool. Don't worry about the jacket, though. You can leave it here in the lobby, if you won't need it. I put it on, and although it's a bit too big, it feels comfortable. It's not very warm, but it sure guards me from the wind and snow. Devin gives me a wide smile. It's still weird seeing him cheerful. I am much more used to seeing his stern side he shows during his lessons. Now something makes me think that he might be a very different person than I thought. Thank you again, Professor. I promise to take care of it. I turn around and go through the entrance door, leaving the warm and cozy guest house. Okay, I believe that's where we're gonna end off on. Well, this is an interesting story. Well, we lost our key, but I have I don't know. I don't want to think the worst of people, but do you think Mika might have taken it? Because you guys stood side by side. Your arms were touching each other. Who knows? Maybe you could have done like a little sleight of hand, swiped it up and everything. I don't know. But anyway, I love the coziness. I love the vibes of this. You know what? I fucks with this. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed this video, you could give it a like and subscribe if you're really interested. I'll leave a link to the game in the description below, as well as the creator's handle if you want to go support them. I'll also going to be leaving a link to my Twitter and Blue Sky if you want to go support me on those platforms. And as always, I'll be leaving a link to the visual novel me and my friends did the Red Panda worked on for the February Game Jam called When You Were Mine. Please go show your support to it, and if you do play it, please give it a rating and comment on it. We love reading those. It makes our day. And thank you so much for everything. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!